Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. I got motivated again, but I want to tell you something. I want to let you know that there's 80 some videos, 80 some podcast episodes. There's YouTube videos. When I'm not making a podcast episode, feel free to go through and listen to all the videos because I touch on a lot of different topics, because there's a lot to talk about. It's a lot of oppression that we deal with. Okay, I got to get on this. I want to ask a serious question. I want to know what is wrong with my hair. I want to know why is it that I can't get up in the morning and run a comb through my hair, do what I want to do to it, and walk out the door, and that's okay. See, because I've been wearing weaves, wigs, and ponytails for the past 30 years. And I remember when I first started wearing them, when my oldest son was 5 years old, and he 30 something now. Okay, 30. Anyway, it's a picture, and my dad got it. I want to ask him for that picture. It's me with a wig on my head, and it looks a mess. And I really wish that I would have just wore my own hair back then. I really do. I would have said, can you imagine all the money I would have over 30 years? All the money I done spent on weaves, wigs, ponytails, thread, needles. Just think about that for a minute. All the money you spent on hair. And I'm tell you something, I got some beautiful hair. I do. I didn't know it because I kept covering it up, braiding it up, tying it down, not even looking at it, washing it, getting up, and then don't even look at my hair. Don't try to do nothing to it. Don't try to, I kept conditioning. I did a little stuff. I conditioned, clip my ends. Every once in a while I straighten the word down. But I didn't tend to my own hair the way I did that fake hair. I took care of that fake hair, honey. You couldn't even lay on that fake hair. That fake hair had to be tied down, had to be done different kind of way. You take care of that fake hair. That fake hair costs money. You have to take care of that. Hundreds of dollars you spending. Shoot. Okay. But your hair is just as beautiful as that fake hair, honey. I didn't know my hair wave up the way it do. I didn't know my hair can do different things. You have to take it down right now. And it will just be beautiful. And I'd be amazed at the different things my hair can do. And honey, I'm telling you something. When I went to the courthouse and filed my divorce papers, I rocked the afro walking up in there with some boots. And they looked at me crazy. But I just want to know what's wrong with my hair. Why I can't wear my hair down? Now, if I walked in there with it all straight laying down, that would have been okay. Nobody would have looked at me crazy. But I had my makeup on. I rocked my makeup because certain people he didn't like my makeup. So I put a whole lot of it on just in case I run into some demons. I don't know. That's my war paint. So, but I fix it up, honey. It be fixed up. Me and the beloved, we fix it. It be pretty. Anyway, because I didn't used to do my makeup like that. I didn't know how to fix no eyeshadow and make it blend all in, do different things. Something's going on. His beloved is here. The ancestors are with me. They guide me. They tell me what to say. They tell me how to get on this podcast and draw people in, how to gather up these countries. The countries are coming together and start to grow. We got people in Japan. We got people everywhere. It's people in places I can't even pronounce. Countries that I never even thought of that I would ever touch, or ever see. And here I am. My voice is over there. My voice is reaching people. My voice is helping people. He tried to shut me up. He told me, shut up. Don't say nothing. Don't talk. I could answer a question, but I had to hurry up and answer and be quiet. But look, now my voice is carrying all across the world, and I'm sitting here in a little bitty tiny place. Don't nobody even know I'm over here because I had to get up out of where I was. I had to go out that demonic house. I had to get up out of there with my light and my kids. We left them demons. And so here I am in a place and nobody don't even know I'm here, but they may be listening to me. I don't know. We got to wear masks when we go outside. So I have my mask on. I don't know who may see me, who know me. I don't know. But I want to tell them about the Grow Program. Every opportunity I get, I want to tell them how to grow. This ain't no secret. This ain't no secret meeting. It ain't no secret club. I want everybody in. Who want to be a king and a queen by themselves? Don't no rebel want to be a rebel by themselves, but pretty soon it ain't going to be that many rebels. Hopefully not any, because when I get the message across, if you don't get your life together, if you don't get yourself together and stop doing what you're doing, you're going to have a problem when you get to the spirit world. You're going to have an issue, a big issue, if you don't forgive and let go of grudges and get over different things and how you doing, people. We got to do different, people. We got to grow. We got to begin to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. We got a lot going on in this country. These times are politically turbulent, but, I don't know what's happening, but I knew that this was going to happen years ago. I saw what's happening in the White House. I saw that happening years ago, and I spoke on it and talked about it. I knew that this was getting ready to happen. Excuse me for that. Sorry about that. But anyway, people, we got to grow. This is real life. This ain't fake. This is what I do. I grow. I reach my greatness, and I want to help you to reach your greatness. I want all Africans around the world to rise. I want all people around the world to rise, because look, I'm going to tell you something. God don't recognize denomination when you get over there. Ain't no different department for Islam, Christian, Buddhism. Don't know people go to no different department. It ain't like that. You're judged by your heart and your actions on this earth. The heart is the architect for your actions. It's the design. It's the reason you do what you do. With your heart in mind. How you act. If you got an evil heart or if you got a good heart, I hope you got a good one, and fix it. You just don't know. You can't sit up and be judging people and think you better than somebody else. Think you got it going on, and you don't got it going on. You just as messed up as they is. You just don't look it. You look like you got it together. Because see, some of us can come off looking like we got it together when we got it all messed up. You just don't even know. I'm gonna tell you a story. This really happened. We could look like we totally got it together. I don't know the circumstance behind this, and I'm not speaking on this in judgment, but I just want to tell you something. I saw a very, very, very well-dressed man. He was very well-dressed, had a very nice suit on. He looked nice. But he was coming out the store, and I was sitting in front of a car, and the car was piled all full of junk and trash and everything, papers everywhere. I don't know that it was trash. I don't know. But the assumption is that it was trash because it was in garbage bags. It could have been gold in there. I don't know what was in there, but it just the whole car was all messed up, tore up. But that nice, well-dressed man in the suit, dressed up real nice, he got in that car. So see, we can't be judging. We can't be judging. We got to try to get ourselves together. Don't sit and worry about what somebody else doing. You look like you got it together, but you ain't got it together. You need to get it together. You need to work on you. Fix you. Fix you all the way around. Because that's what grow is. Grow is about fixing your heart, change your mind, and then you grow. You got to forgive. You got to get over you. Get over yourself. Get over what they did. It's time out for that. I'm telling you something. Listen to this. If you was born in the 60s, you are the first free African. I'm talking about over here in the United States. I don't really, know about too much everywhere else, but I know Africans were shipped everywhere. We all over the place. That's why when you meet Africans meet Africans. Who you know? Cause see, you don't know. They took slaves everywhere. They took babies and moved them all across the country, moved people different places. You don't know who you may be related to. Wind up come to find out you related to some folks. And I'm gonna tell you something else about that ancestry. You need to leave that stuff alone, because see, us Africans, we only go so far back in this country. They was asking me to fill in the blanks. Tell us some stuff. So the only thing you can do is go to your grandma and your great grandma and aunties, uncles, people like that, family photo albums. Look through different. That's our ancestry. That's ancestry.com right there. Them photo albums, them old photo albums we used to have. Ancestry.com. You want to know? That's free. Save your money. Save you some trouble. All right. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you. Be safe. Be blessed. Be woke. Let's grow.